you. Another story that we've been following and will be following for the next few weeks. Time is now running out to respond to the U.S. Census. September 30th is the deadline to be counted.
Illinois has a more than 93% response rate, but in the city of Chicago, that number drops to just 59%. Michael Cook with the U.S. Census Bureau joins us now on the phone to talk about this final push to get people to respond. Michael, first of all, why do you think the response rate is so much lower in the city of Chicago?
Well, first off, just to make sure that you have a correct number, as of right now, the total response rate for the state is 94%. So that adds together those that have self-responded and those who have answered the door when we followed up with households who have not responded. For the city of Chicago, just to let everyone know, the self-response rate is 59%, 0.2, just shy of 60%. So there's still some room to do, but what I don't have for you and what we aren't necessarily calculating and releasing at this point is what that differential number is, how many more households have actually responded in total as we've been knocking on doors. We've been knocking on doors since August 9th to make households or ask households that have not responded to the 2020 census to step up and to respond.
Okay, so you touched on this knocking on doors, you're going house to house trying to count people, but it's got to be incredibly difficult during the pandemic, during COVID-19. So how do you handle that, and how do you tackle that safety concern that many people may have?
We know we have adapted our door knocking operation such that if we have a phone number for you and you are in a particular hard to count community, we're going to try and call you to ascertain a response for your household. But also, if and when we do knock on your door, our census takers, they have masks. Masks are mandatory for our census takers. We want to protect them and the safety of the public, the community, as we conduct this operation. The operation has been adjusted so that it is contactless. They're going to be standing 6 feet away from the door, conducting and asking the 10 simple questions that are on the form in about 10 minutes without coming into contact with you.
There's been some back and forth on when the count would end. The deadline was originally extended due to those challenges you talked about posed by the pandemic, but now it's been moved back up again to September 30th. If you're still waiting for responses, especially in urban areas like the city of Chicago, why move up the deadline by a month?
Well, you know, that movement of the deadline from October 31st to September 30th was done after analysis was made internally to look at how much time it will take us to actually produce the actual head count so that the seats in the House of Representatives can be apportioned as of December 31st, which is our statutory deadline. So in order to meet our statutory working towards closing out by September 30th. But as you may know, there is ongoing litigation and other proceedings taking place right now that may affect that. But we will definitely know that time is running out and people should respond now if they haven't responded.
2 weeks to go. Okay, Michael Cook with the U.S. Census Bureau. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Up next, baby.